Hey, how's it, my Chinas? Got another video here today, and this one is a video about a comment that I received in yesterday's video that I made about that chick away to healthy. So this comment's from Herbitel Bivor, I think that's how you say his name. So he says, yeah, firstly, no hate at all. I really appreciate you and your content. It's always worth a watch. But dude, you and Durian Rider and others have been promoting the concentration camp look for too long, for a long time. So forgive me if you've never used that term, but I feel like you, or at least something similar to that, or I feel like you've used that term, or at least something similar to that. So you've done a whole video series about weight loss and plenty of videos on calorie restriction. You may have a point when it comes to this goal, but you've definitely played a role in creating or promoting this image or lean obsessed clique, otherwise known as high carb low fat vegans. Whether you like it or not, you've been part of promoting a lifestyle that is supposedly weight loss conducive, but further than that, you've now gone on to make content saying that calorie restriction is viable or the best way to get lean results. So these people get attracted to this lifestyle, and they see people like yourself promoting calorie restriction, and it's no wonder their eating disorders don't get better. Again, no hate, but I really feel like you need to take stock of your role in this messy online world of high carb, low fat veganism. I'd be interested to know how you feel about what I've said, dude. Okay, good question, and definitely, or good statement, and definitely one that's worth addressing. So it is true that I have promoted calorie restriction in the past, and to some degree I still do, and I still follow that sort of template, because I do eat junk food every day, like vegan cheese. Sometimes I eat a vegan Magnum, vegan pizza, something that's just a little bit high fat and protein and that's processed and refined. Like, I'd say that's my definition of junk food. So in a way, I do still do calorie restriction, but I would just call it like eating in moderation. I wouldn't call it calorie restriction, because calorie restriction, if you continue doing that indefinitely, you would have that concentration camp look that's let's call him Herb, that Herb talks about here. So yeah, I definitely don't promote that concentration camp look. Just want to make that clear. You'll see now on the screen an image of what the concentration camp look is like. As you can see, these people have been starved to such a degree that they just have no more fucking muscle, no more vitality, and they really need to eat. Like, these people are on like probably 1500 calories a day. So yeah, they're definitely not vital anymore. And I'd say the concentration camp look, let's just define what it is. It's when you're just like losing your power, you're losing your muscle, your strength and your fitness pretty much. So what I promote is just getting as lean as you can while still being as strong as you can. So there's a big difference between that and the concentration camp look. However, I can also understand Herb's point, because we as cyclists or runners often tend to look pretty close to what these concentration camp victims look, just due to our very limited upper body muscle. And Herb is into calisthenics. He really digs his calisthenics, so he's all about getting that more well-rounded body. So I just want to make it clear that I don't promote either like the Durian Rider style of eating just fucking stuff in your face all the time, and neither do I promote extreme calorie restriction where you're just starting to lose all your power. I just promote like the middle way, which is eat enough so that you can still have power, but also look lean at the same time. So not too lean, and also not a fucking walk around with a belly for the rest of your life. Because Harley has sold us like this promise that what happens is, if you're still staying overweight, eating high carb, low fat, then it's metabolic damage and you need to take years to recover from that. And I just don't think that that should be the case. You know, when you start eating a better diet, then you should start losing weight gradually from the beginning of it. Like, obviously it's going to be a little bit up and down along the way. It's not a linear path downwards, but if you're starting to eat better, like whole foods, more whole foods, keeping it vegan, then naturally people are supposed to lose weight. Just look at what all the plant-based doctors say on this subject. So I don't believe that there should be this metabolic damage, rebound or any of this stuff. And no disrespect to Duran Rider at all. He's been a great mentor to me. He's really helped me transform my life. He showed me the way, and I'll always be grateful to him for that. I just don't agree fully with his eating guidelines, shall we say. And yes, high carb, low fat, vegan is a fucking great template, and I still pretty much do it because at the very least I get 70% of my calories from carbohydrates, but I'd say most days get 80%. So yeah, I'm still high carb, low fat, vegan. 30 to 60 grams of fat a day. That's what I'm doing at the moment. So yeah, I can totally understand Herb's concerns. I don't promote the concentration camp look, never have, never will. But at the same time, I can understand that cyclists and runners can sort of come across as having that concentration camp look just because they don't train in the way that makes them look like they have a strong upper body, or you know, that makes them look a little bit more like normal members of society. So yeah, I get it. Like Chris Froome, for example, or other fucking good climbers, they just have like these scary looking frames that a man probably shouldn't have, you know. So yeah, I can totally relate to where Herb's coming from, but I also just want y'all to understand, or I just want to make it clear where I stand on this topic. So at the end of the day, it just comes down to using your common sense. Like that girl, for example, that I was showing yesterday, she's clearly underweight. Her BMI is probably around 16, and I don't recommend that girls should go that low. Like when you start losing your period, shit like that, then you know that what you're doing isn't working and you shouldn't be losing power. Like a girl should be able to fucking pull her own body weight up or do push-ups and things like that, if that's the kind of training that she's doing. If her push-up reps are going down or her cycling times are going up on the segments, then she's obviously restricting too much and she's got to eat a little bit more, you know. You've got to fine-tune it to your specific needs. Like, I can't tell you exactly how much you need to eat. Only you can know that based on your experience, based on how many times you've repeated your habits. You know what works for you, and it comes from trial and error. Like if you're losing power, then you're eating too little, so eat more. If you're getting a belly, if you're getting fatter over the months, and you're eating too much, so bring it down a little bit. So yeah, that's just what I'm all about. So I hope that clears things up and you can understand where I'm coming from. And I appreciate all your comments and criticisms. So if you've got more comments and criticisms with regards to this, leave it down in the comments below, and I can answer all your questions in future videos. Thank you for watching, and give this video a like if you found it useful. Give it a dislike if you think I can do better. Ciao for now.